Hey there! So, this isn't my first video ever, but it is my first video talking to an audience, sort of, and I'm honestly really not that articulate or confident talking in front of a camera. I'm honestly a little bit jittery, so I apologize about that in advance. And honestly, I think you can probably find like much better quality videos of the topic that I'm going to discuss, but you know, oh well, this video is kind of a response to an article that I was reading a couple days ago called Conversations Dancers Are Tired of Having, and I liked the article, it was funny, but there was one point that the author made about girls who happen to be dancers always being asked, like, can you go up on your toes? Like, can you just go up on your toes, like, whenever you want without any assistance? And of course the answer is no, we can't. We actually do need special shoes for that. And she was talking about, and then we have to reveal the badly kept secret of the block. And I was like, I don't know what that means. Like, what is she talking about? What is the block? And the only thing that I could kind of like come up with is, in my head, was this supposed block of wood that exists within pointe shoes. And this is kind of a common misconception. Like, a lot of people actually think that there's a block of wood inside of girls' pointe shoes, but there's not. So that just kind of made me want to make this video, which is going to be just kind of a short lesson on pointe shoe anatomy. So let's just get started, just go over like some basic stuff about pointe shoes. So this is your average pointe shoe. The brand that I use, they're Grishkos, they're called Grishko Mayas. They last a long time, which is longer than most pointe shoes, which is why I like them, because pointe shoes do tend to wear out relatively quickly depending on how much you dance. And if you don't dance for a very big, prestigious, professional company, chances are you have to buy your pointe shoes on your own, and they do tend to be pretty expensive. So let's just start here. This is called the drawstring, and this right here is the binding, and you can adjust the drawstring to, you know, however tight you want it to be. You do want your pointe shoes to be a little bit snug. You don't want them to be too loose, because that's how you get blisters. This right here, this whole area, this is called the box. The length from here to here, this is called the vamp. You don't want your vamp to be too long, otherwise it can cut into your foot. Here and here, these are called the wings. Right here, these are the pleats. Mine are a little messed up. And here, this is the waist seam. Back here, this is the heel seam. And right here is the heel section. I've also heard them be called the side quarters. You don't want this part right here to be too baggy. That means your pointe shoes are too big for you. And like I was saying, you don't want your shoes to be too big. Right here, this is your insole. Right here, this is your outer sole. It's made from suede. And in between those two layers, there's a piece called the shank, which is a flexible piece of wood that is supporting your arch as you go up on pointe. So there is a piece of wood inside your pointe shoe, but it's not like a block of wood that people think. People think that the block of wood is inside here. And what this actually is 3 layers of fabric and resin. So it's a little bit more like paper mache, except with fabric and glue. The first layer is a layer of cotton, then coated in resin. Then there's a layer of burlap, also coated in resin. And then the very last layer is satin. And all pointe shoes are made by hand, and like the pointe shoe maker will press them on a piece of marble, and it will make this very hard platform, which is also supporting you as you go up on your toes. So that about breaks it down. That's just kind of the anatomy of a pointe shoe. Just, you know, pretty basic stuff, but also a little bit more complicated than some people tend to think. I guess that kind of sums it up for this video. Just a, you know, very short video about pointe shoes. I guess if you found this video useful or interesting or educational at all, like, you know, that'd be awesome. Let me know if you have any more questions about pointe shoes or ballet in general. You know, let me know. I love doing research about the topic. I love, you know, answering those kind of questions. Or if you thought this video was totally useless and it was a waste of your time, I'm sorry, but you can also let me know that too. So yeah, that about sums it up. Thank you for watching if you watched. Bye!